This is our root called Hsie, and we gather her during winter. And then when she flowers, we call her Latit Latit.
Starting out, nothing was here, just a bare lot.
Even seeing it the first year, I was shocked. And then the second year, I was shocked. And even today, I'm still shocked. Just the mere fact that this is taking care of itself right now, that blows my mind. So our forest is actually called Shechwit Pamapatin, which means the healing forest. A lot of our community is split and broken because of the colonialism that has taken place. And there's a lot of hurts that we're healing from.
As you walk through the dusty field before the forest, the heat of the day will be baking you, and then as you first come into the pathway, you'll notice a temperature drop. You'll be hit with the smell of roses and other herbaceous plants, other flowering trees. And then when you walk into the forest, you'll hear the sound of birds. I'm a rewilder. That means I am trying to help native forests return. The Miyawaki method is a system of planting native plants in close proximity, which mimics potential natural vegetation, which means how nature would be before humans negatively impacted it. The idea is to look at an old-growth forest, and in an old-growth forest, that process creates the conditions which supports a healthy ecosystem.
I come from a traditional background of a food gatherer, medicine. When it first was spoken about, we were in the idea of just hopes and dreams and visions, and seeing some of the drawings and seeing it on a wall, and then walking out here where it's just dirt. It was hurt. It was broken.
When we were first here, the ground was like a powder, because this used to be an agricultural field. And they just overworked it. They took all the goodness out of the soil. So I wasn't sure how well this would work, to be honest, when we did this.
And nobody would have ever convinced me at the beginning there was going to be something thriving like this, but hope did.
Planting a birch tree like years ago, man, wow. You know, I mean, look at this. There was a barren land. I mean, no, there was nothing out here.
So the first day of planting, I planted rose bush right over here with Chief Alvarez. I planted one, and I think it was a pine tree, and it was across the way. I definitely planted some with my daughter. So a piece of us, we all live here. It was very nurturing. It was solidifying a bond of love, of respect, of kindness. I want to plant with you. I think that was the most beautiful thing that anybody had ever said to me.
My first tree was actually a willow, which my mom loves.
When we first planted, the plants were about anywhere from knee-high to shoulder-high. First year, some of the plants probably tripled in size. Basically, after 2 years, you couldn't see through the forest anymore. And then now, 3 years, it's really looking like proper forest, where people would think this has been here for at least a decade. As you get closer and you notice there's berries starting to form on some of the native plants, all these plants in one place within the city limits of Toppenish is unheard of. There's no other place you can go.
To be able to fruit some of the traditional foods and the little girls have never ate them before, that was beautiful. That's really ancestral connectiveness. And then the birds. The best blessing is when you sit back and you listen to those birds come back with a gift, and it's a song. They're giving their thanks, their gratitude, and they're saying, thank you, we have a home. We have a home, and we love it here. And so having that kind of oasis, it's beautiful, and it's all of our indigenous plants. I can't get over it. This was not done by one person. This was done by a whole community. And this community that was created from our community that built it is now sustaining and taking care of us. I've seen a mother and a son, and they planted. I've seen an individual that we lost. I've seen a father bring his daughter in here and have testimonials about his own wellness.
That first tree, I was dressed in orange boots. I had nothing going for me at that time. My past was dark, like everybody else's that ends up behind bars for 2 years, you know? But I had this little girl next to me.
When I planted that first tree, I knew that it was gonna look beautiful. And now it's all pretty with flowers.
It's humbling to be a part of this in the last phase too.
Feels nice. Makes me feel like home. Smell it.
This is my family, and I want her to be a part of it. I want my family to be a part of it.
And this has given my daughter an outdoor classroom to really study and understand her identity. She did a presentation this week, and she said, "I've been born a naturalist." And that just melts my heart.
It's a book I've been working on since January. My name is Joel Jones. I am Yakama, Umatilla, and Blackfeet, and I'm currently going to school for Native Environmental Science. And my connection with the plants has started when I was maybe since I was born.
Today was the first art show that we tried to do, and my daughter, she wasn't really that sure of herself, but I knew she could do it. What blows my mind about SUGi and all the things that she does, and understanding that we are one small little spoke on a wheel, but that wheel is spinning in unison because these kind of activities happen. And that wheel is balanced, it's holistic.
There's a number of other forests we planted across the country. Washington State, Cambridge, Massachusetts, Minnesota. We planted schools in Berkeley, California. We just recently completed a project in New York City. It's called the Manhattan Healing Forest.
It might look small, but it is mighty.
Yeah, the patch is about the size of a tennis court, by the way. Behind me, you can see the beginning of what they call a pocket forest.
We had about 400 people come in for that project.
SUGi is the sunlight that warms this whole world, because if without her, we wouldn't be having a forest.
Things have just been getting better and better. I just think there's a magic in this place that does it.
If this can grow from nothing, from toxicity, anybody can. I hope that people find this kind of magic in their own community.